What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. You know, I just wanted to pop in real quick. Um, as you know, we began Ramadan yesterday, the holy month of Ramadan, yesterday for Muslims. So I don't know what my schedule is going to be like as far as producing content during the holy month, everybody. Those of you guys that have been with me, you know how it can be. So we're just gonna see, you know. Um, yeah, because during the holy month, it's not just fasting. There's also my Islamic studies, my prayers, and all of that, and just the time frames of everything. So we'll just see. I'm here now because I I knew there was a third one. I knew there was a third one. You know, when I heard about um, Irv Gotti, I immediately went back to Roberta Flack. I said there's going to be another one. Like, or I might have said, where's the third one? You know, because they always say it's in threes. And now it's Angie Stone, y'all. Angie Stone apparently has been killed in a car crash at the age of 63. So it's Roberta Flack, Irv Gotti, and Angie Stone. But also there was Gene Hackman, and that's very suspicious. Like him and his wife and the dog are all found in the house dead. And the initial reports that I heard was that there's no sign of foul play. Really? I mean, don't get me started. Um, but I am gonna try to see what I can find as far as updates on that because it is so suspicious. And also, Gene Hackman was a really good actor, dude. Like, that was a good actor. Every once and again, some of these Hollywood people die, and you're just, oh, it's really sad, and it's all, it's sad, but it's just you kind of leave it there, really. But Gene Hackman was a really good actor. Like, wow. But Angie Stone also raises some questions too, you guys. I don't know anything yet, but I do have something that I came across that is going to go with this Angie Stone piece. Now, Angie Stone, Grammy-nominated R&B singer, dies in car crash at 63, publicist says. Now, Angie Stone, a soul and R&B singer behind hits like No More Rain, In This Cloud, and Wish I Didn't Miss You, died Saturday morning in a vehicle collision. Her longtime publicist, Yvonne Forbes, told CNN. She was 63 years old. After performing in Mobile, Alabama on Friday, Angie was with 9 people traveling to Atlanta in a Sprinter van when the accident occurred. Now, I don't know what I don't know what a Sprinter van looks like, so we need to pull that up. Yeah, let's pull that up just so we have a visual of what was it. So this is what the Sprinter van is. Some variation of this. And this calls to mind the horrible accident that Tracy Morgan was in several years back, where the Walmart truck hit them and several of his friends passed away. Tracy was very critically injured, and got millions and millions and millions of dollars from that accident. I think it was on order of like 60 something million dollars that I feel like it was $63 million that Tracy Morgan ended up getting from Walmart. And in a very quick amount of time too. Like they knew couldn't deny liability. I mean, come on. Okay, so at least now we have an idea of what Angie was riding in, all right? So now it says that she was uh, with 9 other people traveling to Atlanta, Georgia in a Sprinter van when the accident occurred, according to Forbes. Details on others injured in the collision were not immediately available. Why not? Why not? That makes me sick, because that means you had 9 people now that are in uh, some stage of distress. Somebody sees it's Angie Stone, I guess, and then you didn't notice anything about the other people at all. Come on, man. Anyways, Angie's voice and spirit will live on forever in the hearts of those she touched. A statement from her spokeswoman read, details regarding memorial service will be announced by the family in due course. Born in Columbia, South Carolina, Angie's 4-decade career in entertainment began in the late 1970s as a member of the Sequence, a pioneering female rap group behind the hit Funk You Up. She later moved on to neo soul and R&B music as a soul artist with an album including Black Diamond in 1999 and Mahogany Soul in 2001. In a 2020 interview with The Breakfast Club, Angie talked about her early career aspirations and ability to succeed in several music genres. This is what we need to know. We know this all about Angie. We just need to know the details of her passing. She was nominated. Stone was also an actress, blah, blah, blah. Just weeks ago, she reflected on her career and the work she was still planning. I've been in the game 50 years, she wrote on Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Angie is survived by her son, Michael, blah, blah, blah. All right, we need to see if we can get something else. All right. Let's see now. This is supposed to be some video of the aftermath of the crash. I don't know if that's, it looks like it's on its side. The bottom of it is towards us, it looks like. Yeah, as best I can tell. Can't really tell. It looks like that's the bottom of it. Yeah. Yeah, but one of the wheels is turned under. Okay, so this is supposed to be video of the aftermath of the crash. I don't know if this is before emergency services got there. I would assume so, because they wouldn't have left the accident there. Like, they clean up the scene after they. So I guess this is before any type of rescuing or anything was done. We don't see another vehicle, so we can safely conclude that either somebody lost control or they were ran off the road in some type of way. But let's see the article. Angie Stone dead at 63. Wish I didn't miss you, singer. And so that's the video we just saw. They say 1:17 p.m. Pacific. They obtained video capturing the aftermath of the crash that killed Angie Stone and injured 8 others. All right. Angie Stone, singer of the iconic hip hop. Okay, we know that. The late Stars rep Deborah Champagne tells TMZ Angie left a performance in Montgomery, Alabama early Saturday morning when she was killed in a car crash. Well, what's early Saturday morning? Stone was one of 9 people in a van, which included her crew and backup singers, when the van was crashed on Interstate 65 in Montgomery County. She was the only fatality. So she was in a van, which included back when the van was crashed. What does that mean? It crashed. So did somebody lose control? It looks like it might have rolled over because we saw the wheel was crunched under the car. It was on its side, but so it looks like there might have been a rollover. But even if there was a rollover, did somebody lose control and there was a rollover, or were they hit by somebody, or were they run off the road by somebody? And why was nobody stopping in that video? Those cars are just going by. Nobody's stopping. And the person that filmed the video obviously just filmed the video but didn't stop. I'm not mad that nobody stopped. If you're not going to help, don't stop. So I'm consistent with that. Like, I hate when people are rubbernecking and then, you got to deal with slowing traffic and people hitting their brakes and all that. If you're not trying to help, then hit the gas because you're holding up other people. But we need to know those details. And so Angie she was the only fatality. Out of 8 people, or 9 people, she's the only one that is, Angie was traveling from a performance at Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association Grand Marshals Ball to another performance at the CIAA basketball tournament in Baltimore when the crash occurred, we're told. Deborah tells us she just spoke to Angie last night, and the news has rocked and devastated friends and family. Angie rose to fame as a member, we know that. The group dropped 3 albums. Okay, fine. Angie embarked on a solo career. Angie later made a jump to film. We last caught up to Angie back in 2018. She's survived by her son Michael Diamond and 2 grandkids. Man, if TMZ don't got no more information than that, then I guess there isn't, because they're pretty good with getting details on stuff. But I want to show you some video that I came across, everybody, that makes this potentially, it makes it stink a little bit. I have to tell you. But hear now what Angie is saying, and it says that this was made not too long ago, but I don't have a date that we could associate with this. A hard, firm time frame. But hear what she's saying in this piece now. It's the same old story.
What's up, family? It's your girl Angie Stone. I did an impromptu this morning. Happy holidays. I'm just going to wait for some people to get in here. Some stuff I need to talk about. I didn't go about it just set up way, mainly because I've been dealing with a lot the last month, a whole lot. And I'm just here to let you know I am so outdone with things that have been going on in and around me. And because we're at the end of 2024, I kind of just want to shut it down, looking forward to 2025. I want y'all to go like and share, get some people on this live, mainly because I'm about to reveal some stuff that, Lord just told me to talk about today. Going out of this year, going into a new year, I need to bring you guys up to speed with some things that I've kept very personal into myself. Some things I wanted to share and other things I didn't want to share, but now I'm okay to reveal some things that is probably going to shock some people. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time to get some people in here because it was a lot for me to get on here and do this. I mean, this last month has been trying. First out, I want to shout out all the people in Detroit. I had a show that was supposed to be with Music Soul Child, Marsha Ambrosia. Shout out to Raheem Devon for standing in for me. I had something happen that caused me not to be there, but God just needed to sit me down so I could focus on me. So before I go into just, what I experienced, what I went through, I want to let you guys know I almost didn't make it through this process because it was something that just kind of hit me. It was a couple of days, a day or so before I was scheduled to fly out to Detroit. And I was very excited. All the tickets were bought, the hotels were paid for, the band was ready to go. And then I got hit with this crazy news, and it kind of threw me for a loop. So I figured I better share it with you all, and you can pass it on, because just because we're in the industry doesn't mean we're not human. Things happen all the time. And unfortunately, when this happened, I just wasn't prepared for it. But anyway, it caused me to miss that show that I was super, super excited about. Go in and get somebody, come back to the live. Like I said, I don't want to have to say it again. I haven't even told my team that I was going on today. I just threw up my light and just put on a little something just so I could get with you guys. All right, we got some people in the room now. I'm going to wait for about 10 or 15 more people to get on, and then I'll share a couple of things with you that are going to be shocking. But anyway, nonetheless, I just want to say hi to all the people that are joining my live. Let me just see who you are. Let me see. Lady Hayes, hey there. Freeway, Rick, Elegant. Oh, that went too fast. I'm sorry. Hey, Lynn, Miss Tiff, Quantum Guru. Merry Christmas to all of you. Jay Rossi, Denise Pretty. Oh, you are beautiful as well. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from Texas. I love you guys. Thank you for, coming on my live. Like I said, y'all are in for a bit of a treat. Maybe for some people, they might be happy that it happened to me, because everybody don't wish good things for you. Some people wish bad things for you, and I continue to pray for them. Somebody's calling my line, but I can't answer her call because I'm on the live right now. But I will say this. It has been one heck of a ride. This last month, the enemy was trying to take me out. He was really trying to take me out. And, okay, I'm going to wait till we get those 50, 60. We had 51. Let me see, can I get 70 to 100 people in the room right now before I reveal some very, very interesting information. And it is like a double-edged sword, because I'm going to tell you one thing, and then I'm going to get to the worst thing that could possibly happen to any artist after 4 45 to 50 years in the business. The worst thing that could happen. It has, of course, happened to me, and I'm constantly in prayer for God to forgive the people that have wished me ill will or, done anything to remotely get in the way of the gift of sharing with my fans. Okay? We're at 45. Let me get 50. Let me get 60. And I'm going to give y'all 5 more minutes to get some more people on this live. The devil is a liar. You're right. Come on now. Come on. Oh, by the way, the Christmas song, All I'm Missing, is #1 in several countries. We put it out on the 15th of November, on the 14th of November. The devil tried to stop that. It was snatched down. Then it was put back up. He tried to, of course, blame it on me, but it wasn't my fault. However, the song prevailed. After everybody bailed, the song went all the way to #1 and is steadily climbing the chart. So if you guys have never heard All I'm Missing, you can go on all platforms. Apple Music made it last week. Their front page was my big old face on there. I featured Juanita Wynn and Jay Brown, who did an amazing job on helping me get through a trying time. Juanita Wynn started, she stayed on me about let's do a song. She's one of my best writing partners, and she convinced me to jump on this song, and she started it out, and I got in the loop, and Wynn did my verse, she did her verse, Jay Brown hummed and mummed over it, and lo and behold, it is a standard, and it's a #1 song that I think you guys will be playing every year. Okay, so if you're ready for us to go live and to get this bit of information, no, I didn't make it a secret reveal. I should have, but I will have my team post it as a reveal because it is a secret that I'm revealing. But the latter part of the conversation is really, really crazy. Anyway, are you guys ready? All right, 45. I need 5, 7, let me see. I need 50 people in the room before I even begin to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it until I can get, because I'm going to need each and every one of you guys after I reveal this to share this. I'm going to go ahead and send it over to my YouTube page after this, as well as my TikTok page. Anyway, what happened 2 days before my show? Whew. But God, I'm trying to keep from crying because the devil was very, very, very particular in targeting me. But anyway, I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out, I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. Now, I didn't have a clue that there was a blood infection until they rushed me into ICU. I went into ICU and I went to use the restroom and I passed out in the restroom. My oxygen went all the way down and rendered me basically unconscious. When I came back to, the nurses began to tell me that I was screaming for Jesus because when I went down, I'm sorry, I didn't know that, I didn't know what was happening. All I know is it was all of a sudden. And I began to praise God. and call on his name because I knew biblically that if I was transitioning, I needed to be calling on Jesus. And I need to be calling him by his name. So I began to scream his name. When they brought me to is when they told me I was lucky to be alive because I was on the floor. And sorry. I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack on me. However, I was treated and God healed me, cleared up. After 2 weeks, solid, they cleared up the blood infection. I'm just here to let you know. The only reason I hadn't been on my live and to just getting with y'all on this because I had to get postured with God one-on-one. Sometimes God will make you stand still. When you're doing the most you can for everyone, he will stand you still so that your complete focus can be on him. God he knew that I was about to come into some things. And as I began to come back to myself completely, I remembered everything that I was working on. I remember the people that were in my immediate circle that were supposed to be there to help me. By the time it was all said and done, the Christmas song had been snatched down for what reason. I wasn't in a position to really fight that. I had to fight to live. So I couldn't worry about that because I knew that it would take care of itself, but not without the devil trying to blame me for the mishap. Lo and behold, I won't call any names, but people quit on me because they thought it was me. Like I said, I can't call any names because I'm not that vicious. I don't want to hurt anybody. And I really don't want it to be their downfall. But I will tell you, people left me in that dark, dark moment when I really needed support. My kids were there for me. My true friends were there for me because they knew this is serious. They thought that blood infection would have damaged my heart, so I went into a lot of testing to make sure there was not heart scarring. Lo and behold, all of that came out fine. I was not scarred by the heart, thank God. But the staph infection was supposed to scar the heart and the lungs, and it cleared up, thank God. So I just wanted to be transparent with you all because I don't always have it all the way together. But I'm a hard worker. You know, I play hardball, but I love twice as hard. And because I do love my fans, and especially shout out to Raheem Devon, who got on the stage in Detroit that night in my place, and he had the entire audience say, "Get well soon." He called me, "Sis, what's going on?" And when he found out, he said, "I got you." So I owe you one, bro. I owe you one. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, as I was coming through all of this, I soon found out that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot of my
I have to pause here, everybody, and say whoever's in that kitchen doing anything should be stabbed through the eyes. This would be rude if anybody is sitting there doing a live or trying to do something online. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, you let me, let me, I'll come back or whatever. Just go your own way. You feel me? But this is Angie Stone. And she is speaking at a volume loud enough in that kitchen or whatever. It looks like a kitchen to me, potentially, that whoever it is could hear what she's talking about. And it's just insensitive that they're in there rustling, and I would have thrown darts at their ass. I tried to hold my peace, but it's just getting on my nerves more and more. And she looked over there a couple times. You could tell she's distracted by it, but she's more involved in what she's talking to us. So she's just showing grace over there. But I would have threw a chair, at least a chair. You feel me? All right, I had to get that in.
Publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. As I begin to find out things that I never had to look into, because when you hire a team of people that to some degree supposed to have your back, you're thinking that they're getting it all together for you. That's why, I respect Oprah Winfrey in that respect when she said, do your own research.
Oprah says sign your own checks.
Just on the celebrity that I let a lot of important things slip through the cracks only because I didn't know any better.
Just to get that quote right, Oprah says sign your own checks. So as big of an empire as she runs, don't nobody get paid. Oprah herself got to sign the damn check. Not the accountant, not the assistant, not Sherry Salada's fat ass. No. Oprah Winfrey herself, you understand? And just a little side note, they was trying to rip off Janet, y'all. You feel me? They was trying to rip my wife off, you feel me? But luckily, Janet, no, I signed everything. You feel me? I'm the one that signed everything. When we did the Rhythm Nation tour, it was some like Zionists there trying to get money. I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? Ran them up out of there, you feel me? The Jedi signs everything. Feel me? Janet was highly appreciative. I ain't gonna say much more because I don't want to give y'all too much, you feel me? That's behind the scenes stuff, but that's behind the scene and everything and stuff. Back to Angie.
I worked very hard to take care of my kids as a single mother, and I'm being transparent. My kids' fathers just were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I had to step up and go in and do everything that I needed to do for my family, which is why I worked so hard, which is why I traveled so much, which is why I did shows, because at the end of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties.
You say I got a lot to say after she's done, but I wanted to just say this. It's also very vulnerable of her. She's 63 years old, and she's sitting up there this close to the camera with overhead lighting. She's got no bottom lighting balancing out for shadows and things like that. That's very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. And she's a female. So I give her high marks for that. That says a lot. It's one thing. She's saying how she came to be open and share this with the public and stuff like that. But sometimes that could be artificial. But for me, this just solidifies the authentic rawness of this. Like, she didn't come to be a glamour girl. And she looks fantastic. But she didn't come to be a glamour girl. She's on here for exactly the reasons that she stated. You feel me? That's Angie Stone. You know what I'm saying? She could have a stylist, make sure she was all done and woo and all the other things. She didn't need to do that. I'm Angie Stone. I got something I need to say. Here's what it is, and that's what it is. So I wanted to point that out. It's subliminal. It's kind of it's right in your face. And a lot of people won't see it or even think about it in that way. But I just wanted to add that to give you something else to consider. As you watch this. All right, and stab the person in the background with all that damn noise. All right, I'm gonna take an aspirin and bring in my team of doctors. Go on.
All my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to.
It's time that black folks have a team of henchmen. You understand? Because these devils got them. We need them. We need some ourselves, specifically for times like this. Big props and shout outs to Suge Knight. For all we want to say about him, there's been some key things that Suge Knight did, and there was different ways that he ran business that I highly respect. And being from the street, he brought that street into his business function, and I'm not mad at him. When Vanilla Ice showed up on the scene trying to take over and run things, they kindly invited him to a little function or whatever it was. It was something in a hotel room, several stories up, and they held his ass over the balcony by his ankles and advised him on what he needed to be doing. You understand? I'm not mad. You feel me? And there's some other things where he has barged in and gotten people's money, and like the music business is a cat eat cat world. But usually these demons are on the victorious end of it all, and you got to go home and lick your wounds and drop your damn tears and shit. I appreciate TLC when they went in and held a gun on somebody. What was it? Either was it L.A. Reid or Babyface or one of the other executives, something. But they went in there with guns in hand. I'm not mad, but the story is always the same with black artists. Going back, Sam Cooke, even he's in his grave because of something these devils did. I did a whole piece on Sam Cooke. It's here on the channel, and I think I've done more than one piece on Sam, quite frankly. But it's the same story, man. And we need to stop letting these demons have access to our talent or us at all. It's usually some hook-nosed Zionist, you understand, that's at the helm and running everything, and they are a demonic ass people. Thieves, demons, crooks. They cannot be trusted at all. At 63, Angie Stone should not have to be working or doing anything. And she's also a songwriter. And I've told you all over and over in the past, whenever we've discussed music and the music industry, I've told you the songwriter is the paidest person of everybody. You understand? Paid. Paid. So she sings and she writes. So that puts you in another money category, Did she write all of her music? I don't know that. But I know that she was a writer. She did write music. And so that's very good for your economic bottom line. But I'm just sick and tired of the theft, man. We always talk about boycott this, boycott that. That's all fine. But we need all of our athletes and our entertainers and any of our wealthy people. You cannot have any of these Zionist as Jew people anywhere in your business. They can't be your managers. They can't be your lawyers. They can't be your accountants. They can't be anything at all. They can't. Because we have too many stories of, let's say you got a Zionist lawyer and you find out he's working both sides. The person you trying to go after and sue or whatever, take action against, he's in bed with that person too. Conflict of interest like a mug. We've seen that a million times, dude. That's just one example of just the lawyer end of it. For even get to the assistant and the agent and all the other shit. Forget about it, dude. Nah. And ironically, their people don't have any talent at all. At all. But it goes back to slavery and post-slavery. We know that they were some of the biggest owners of the slave ships. It was these hook-nosed ass Zionists. You understand? Then, after the emancipation and the alleged freeing of the slaves, now we sharecropping. We've got something that's supposed to be called freedom. And who set up all their shit around us to make the money? They set up their stores. They set up their feed markets and their tools and all the shit you would need to survive. They were the market. You understand? Even when I was just a child, living on the south side of Chicago, I remember that even like most of the landlords was these hook-nosed ass Jews that's coming around to collect the rent. That's who it was. Again, attaching themselves to us and giving nothing back at all. So today it's Angie Stone. Yesterday it was Sam Cooke. Tomorrow it'll be somebody else. You understand what I'm telling you? These people are predatory demons. That's what they are. Let's go on.
I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. People that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made,
right?
Supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, take care of my family. That part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. And I know because I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. And so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem?
Mm-hmm.
Or my problem?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So you got to get a diesel crew, and I call them a diesel crew, to go in and rectify the issue, because evidently, all the time that I've been working through things, they didn't get.
I don't know why the sound keeps going out of her, her talk. I don't know what's up with that, y'all. That's on their end. That's not with the Jedi. I wanted to add this too when she mentioned a diesel crew around you. In addition to getting rid of these hook-nosed Zionists and making that a policy, every high-profile black celebrity should also have in their crew a militant ass black brother or sister, but they need a black militant. What do you mean by this, Jedi? What is this thing you are saying to us? What I mean by it is this. They don't have to even be somebody that's savvy on the entertainment industry. That would be a bonus, but we're not going to make it a total requisite. What I'm trying to get to say is that it needs to be a militant there that absolutely despises this white devil. Despises them. Because that will offer an equilibrium. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you're doing somebody like an Angie Stone, and most of these Negroes out there are all Christians. You understand? So they're not willing to hold up any level of militancy. They're not willing to hold up a dismissive posture or anything like that. They're trying to be nice, and we don't have time for nice. So you need somebody there that watches everything and everybody and is empowered to do away with them. You understand? Remove them from the area or tell them to go away or you're fired or whatever it needs to be. Somebody, or one or more, needs to be able to protect the realm. You understand? That's the one who protects and watches everything. Everything. From the entourage to the accountants to the managers to the agents. Everything. But it says above all, they must despise this demon, and there cannot be a part of this, any of our black celebrities and artists and wealthy people, they're not allowed to have any Zionists attached to their business at fucking all. Period. At all. Not even their photographer. Period. Let's go on.
I'll tell them on my live, please.
Okay, she finally got on whoever it was. But her video jumped, so we don't know how much but finally she went on whoever the hell is back there. It sounded like a female voice.
Rectify the issue, because evidently,
finally,
all the time that I've been working through things, they didn't get. I'll tell them on my live, please. Okay. Give it to me. Give me your phone. I'm sorry. So, just to be clear, I can't say it over live. Give me your phone. I just want everybody. Come on, Journey. I got them on the line. My granddaughter trying to help me, and she's slow as Christmas.
Well, she's gonna need to step it up. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't.
Your thing went off. Anyway, go get from Shayna. Yeah. So with that being said, shout out to Van Silk. I know you didn't know this was coming, but I had to be transparent. I would try to take as many questions as I can. Let me see. University, call me. Keys join. Kathy Smith smiles. Yes, sis, get your diesel crew and go tear that. Okay. Yes, I plan on doing that. The music industry is horrible when they tell you that, it's not a straight line, I've been one to kind of play fair. I stay out of harm's way. You know, I can't avoid trouble always, because I'll tell you this, no matter who we hook up with and how we hook up, they're always going to make it confrontational when it doesn't suit their liking. But I don't care about that. I got to pass all of that. But everybody that works hard for 50 years should be able to retire in peace, should be able to sit back
Amen.
without looking for your money.
Glory.
So I got a team of people, a diesel crew, that's really trying to help me navigate things. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me. Okay? All the money they owe me is ridiculous, that someone has played with my life and my career for this long, for their own benefit. I mean, have you no conscience? There's a special place in hell, just like my girl Selena said, for people like that. There's a brick wall waiting out there for hard heads. And I promise you, God said, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. So even in this hour, I'm going to pray for you, because I know that God said that he will fight my battles if I would just endure to the end. So I'm definitely going to get that. And I don't want nobody to be upset with me. I don't care what they think about me. I just want people to know that when you get in this industry, there are so many twists and turns. And even though you have the Almighty God with you, they still gonna try you. Because just because I believe in God don't mean they believe in God. They don't believe in God. So they think I'm a fool and a bunch of other people, because we love her, we give her, we go, but it don't mean we stupid. Okay? Well, on that note, look, guys, I'm going to take a break. I just wanted to share with you guys. If you got any questions, let me see. Are you open to working with new producers? Absolutely. I got a project I'm working on right now. And I'm just in a good way, because with having a #1 single. Oh Lord, did I do something? Oh, you flipped it right now. Take it back. With having a new single that's climbing up the charts at #1 territorial wise, I really think I'm back. And now they're gonna make me go in like a turbo boost. I'm a beast. The next album, you ain't gonna be able to handle it, because now that I have my capacity to breathe and do everything, I'm going in the studio with a vengeance. And I can surely tell you, we've already got the title of the album worked out, and I'm gonna try to have it done by the end of January, or if not before.
And
but
you know that would have been
big
fire. Because the best music comes out of pain and struggle. I don't care who it is. That's, oof. To this day, Whitney's best album is My Love Is Your Love. Whitney had pain. You feel me? And that album just killed it. For me, that will always be her best album. For me, you know, you can tell me what your favorite is, but that was Whitney's greatest album for me. She never looked more amazing. Oh, she glowed. Every song, I mean, just that was the album. My Love Is Your Love.
try to have it done by the end of January, or if not before. But it's going to be a beast. I'm going to, I had to remember how dope I was back in the day when we did Black Diamond, when we did Mahogany. So I'm going back to that, Angie, because that was the one that told it like it was. And so now I see I'm posturing in a position where I got to tell it like it is. And that's why I'm telling on Universal. And all the people that y'all work with me, y'all know who you are. You've been spotted. You've been seen. Your worth is useless to me now because I've seen the data. That's all I'm going to say. And I hope to God you enjoyed spending every dime you took, because you're going to give it back one of these days. All right, on that note, he is wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now, when I get back on here later on today, all I'm doing is allowing you guys to know that the products that I told you we would have for Thanksgiving, we're ready to roll out. So we can actually start sending packages out. I'm going to start bringing some of the merch to my live shows where you can purchase, take a picture with me, that kind of stuff. But now I'm finna go all the way in. All right? So on that note, thank you so much for listening to my testimony and keeping me lifted. I am still here. The devil did not take my life. And God spared me and gave me the extra time I needed to get y'all straight. All right, look for some new horizons for Angie Stone. I'll tell you this one thing. I'm doing some stuff with my brother Montel Jordan that you're going to love. Can't give the secret away right now, but it's coming. There's a lot of things happening. There's a big movie on the table that because of that blood infection now, I know that I can pull it off because God is taking that away from me. So I'm just telling you guys that everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we can't be somewhere because that's God's strategy. Shout out to Jamie Foxx for his new live comedy. Oh my God. And what was it? And what it was, how it was, what had happened was, and that's my story. He and I were born a day apart. So just like Jamie Foxx, I'm here to tell you what had happened was. Okay? Shout out to Jamie and his family for just standing in the gap for him. I'm not the only one, and neither is he. Y'all be blessed until the next session. Peace and blessing. Like I said, if I don't answer your questions here, I'll go in the backlog and I'll respond. I'll try to reply in the next hour. Who's this? Miss Tiff's Unlimited LLC. I love you more. Thank you so much. Okay? All right, so on that note, y'all, I'm out the door. I'll talk to you shortly, okay? Thank you.
What I also learned is that, according to Celebrity Net Worth, Angie Stone's net worth was only $3 million. Now, any of us assembled here would love to have even $1 million, but after 40 plus years in the industry at her caliber, that should be a higher number. No doubt about it. That should be a higher number, you know. She spoke very spiritually, you know, from a spiritual place, a spiritual experience and awareness, you know. And, you know, when she talked about the illness and, you know, she literally said, you know, the devil didn't take my life, you know. I'm still here. But those strong assertions towards the end where she's saying, you know, when she was speaking more forcefully about the music company, I can't think of it. Anyway, I would agree they probably owed her a substantial amount of money. Substantial. But this also needs to be a cautionary tale to anyone who even thinks they want to be an artist in the entertainment business. You know, today you can do it a lot more independently, you know. You can get to a point just independently with social media where you don't need to find record companies. They will find you, you know, and then you have more leverage to dictate what it is that you will accept and won't accept and things like that, you know. I remember back in the day, we had to literally sleep outside of record companies, and we did, you know, and all the ways that things you had to go through to try and be seen, or to get a meeting, or to get your demo in the hands of somebody and things like that. I mean, you don't have to do any of that now, but it should be a cautionary tale, because the business end of it is what you need to understand before you even begin to pick up a microphone or an instrument or anything else. I've always said you have to be in love with the non-glamorous parts of entertainment if you're going to be in the industry. You've got to love being in a recording studio for 12, 15 hours, producing music, doing retakes, mixing, getting the sound right, all of that stuff. You have to love that. You have to literally love that. You have to love long periods of time by yourself if you're a singer or a songwriter, just to receive inspiration. You have to live life. That's where you draw your material from. You've got to love being if you also are a performance artist as well as a singer, you've got to love being in the dance studio for 15, 20 hours. You have to love that. You got to love all of that. And a lot of time on buses and planes and in cars and stuff. You have to love that, dude. Because that's what most of being an entertainer is. The other stuff is about 5 minutes. You see Beyonce on a stage with a 50-mile-an-hour fan blowing on her, which is in her contract, I'm sure. And there she is, looking glamorous and amazing, and oh my God, she's flawless, and oh, she just does no wrong, and she sounds amazing, and she's doing it all. But that lasts about 5 minutes compared to her career. You understand? Even if it's a 2-hour concert, that's 5 minutes. The hours and days and weeks and months and sometimes years, especially if you're planning a tour, for instance, you gotta love all of that. The glamorous part of it is just the payoff. But the problem is, most people who think they want to be any type of an entertainer, all they imagine in their head when they tell you that's what they want to do, they're just imagining the glamorous part of it. They're not they don't have in their head the back end, the business end of it. You got to go learn how to discern recording contracts. What does that mean? Excuse me. You got to have a really good entertainment attorney who can break things down for you, and not a Zionist. You understand? So you got to find not just an attorney, you got to find an attorney with the right humanity and the right character, the right heart. And then a lot of stuff you can learn on your own with the advent of social media and the internet and all. You can spend many hours online learning everything you need to learn about everything. Because they're looking for you to be uneducated. They need that. Because then their theft is a walk in the park for them. But if you come prepared intellectually and you know what the game is, you know how to structure a deal, you're gonna prevent yourself a lot of headache. But most of all, you won't need to be 63 years old and still touring and doing shows. You won't need to do that. Michael Jackson even said it. He said the story's always the same. He goes, a lot of these artists that you see still touring, they have to tour or they'll go broke. I brought you the video. It's here online. He said if they stop touring, they'll go broke. Because there never is any money, and it's always the black artists. We don't hear this from the white artists. I was glad when NSYNC got ripped off by Maurice Starr. At least they got ripped off by a black dude. Finally, you feel me? I always tell you, do unto others as they do unto you. That's my golden rule. Do unto others as they do unto you, and they don't do the shit no more. So I was dancing in the streets when they got ripped off. Because we never hear it. We never hear it. It's always the black artists. Always. That get ripped off. And not because these white artists walk in there and there's some laureate and some professor of the music industry. They don't know any more than the black artists know. But they're less inclined to rip them off the way they rip off the black artists. And I suggest to you that's twofold. They don't do it to the white artists because they're white. And they also don't do it to them because they don't mind them establishing generational wealth. But the black artists, they do it to them because they're black, and they do not want them to establish generational wealth. They don't want that. So we have to be very careful. Very careful. If your child or anybody you know, a friend even, a family member, come to you and or they tell them that they want to be a rapper, or they want to be a singer, they want to be in the entertainment industry, you grill their ass right there and say, tell me what you know about the legal end and the business end of the music industry. Tell me what a 360 deal is. Tell me what that is. Tell me. Name me a case now. Cite an artist for me who was ripped off by the entertainment industry and what became of that. Tell me what you know about Martha Wash. Tell me what you know about, the guy's name slips my mind, but you get where I'm going. Like, they need to know something about that industry. Something. But I still say, and I'm even more convicted, that something's up with this death of Angie Stone. And I'm even more inclined, because she even said, she goes, I don't know what they'll do to me to prevent having to pay me my money. What length they will go to. That was very telling. That was very telling. Wow. We got to shut them down. We got to shut them down. And what we can do as a people is when we see black artists, we should be doing deep dives to find out who is their representation. If they're independent, okay, that's one thing. But if we know they're with some record company, we need to know what that record company is. What is its Zionist makeup? Because we know it's going to be white folks. But we need to look at their inner circle. Is their manager an African person? Is their agent an African? Their accountant, their attorney, all these things. If we find out they don't have black representation, we need to boycott their ass. We're not gonna buy your music. You got the wrong representation. And we don't want to sit here and fall in love with your music and fall in love with you. And down the road, we got to watch you on screen at 63 years old talking about how they ripped you off and ain't paid you your damn money. We just not going down that road. So we have to vanquish you now and be over it. You see? Desperate times require desperate measures, everybody. And we are not a people who understand that principle. We need to be gangster. Because we have every necessity to be gangster in everything that we do in this damn nation, dealing with this enemy. Everything has to be on the table. And we have to be always in a posture of defense and hostility and preparedness. We got to have an answer for everything. When they do this, damn it, we're going to do this. You always have an escape clause for everything. You understand? An answer to every action, we have a comeback. Doesn't matter what it is. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. I'm also surprised, and I'm going to try and, there's some other pictures that I've become aware of, and I've still maintained that that first video that I played, that was before anything happened. That must have been directly after the accident. Nobody had showed up on the scene yet, for all the reasons I've already stated. The cars hadn't stopped. We didn't see no big rig. Just nothing had happened yet. Because everything that I've seen now proves that. Because suddenly traffic is backed up. Suddenly we see the rig. Suddenly we're seeing, you see, and we also learned that the van that she was in rolled over. There was another accident of some kind. Where's that car? This thing rolls over and then it's hit by the 18-wheeler. So where's the other car? Where is it? I mean, man. And her kids are still going to get paid, because depending on the investigation, because even if the truck was following too closely, they're still liable. And I'm not even going to go down that road. I'll just say, it doesn't even matter the circumstance. Just that if they are able to show that indeed the death was caused by this 18-wheeler striking it, then that's the end of it. That's the end of it. That is the end of it. And her children should get a whole lot of money for vehicular manslaughter, wrongful death, whatever we want to name it. I think it should be vehicular manslaughter. And then if we find out there's some drugs or alcohol in his system, was he tested? We'd like to know that. Because based on that, that'll tell us if that dollar amount is going to go even further up or not. We'd like to know that. There's another piece of footage I'm going to see if I can find. This is vastly different than that original video that we saw. Vastly different. Now, this is that same direction of the other video that we saw, but apparently that video was past the rig. In other words, they'd already passed the rig and was filming the van, because the rig ends up on the opposite, going in the opposite direction, nearly, like they're facing oncoming traffic there. And it must have been very hard, because did the driver hit the windshield or what? Because you see the windshield on the driver's side is jacked up, homie, and this whole left driver's side is jacked up. So it was a clipping. They didn't hit Angie's car straight on. you know, whatever part of the van that the truck hit, it was a clipping on their driver's side, on the trucker's driver's side, based on this evidence here. And we see now the gouging out here of the earth where the truck apparently came through to end up where it is there. But this is more in line with the original video that we saw. But again, now you see people out there, you see traffic stops, you see stuff. The video we saw, that person had come upon it right after it had happened, apparently. You see what I'm saying? And so they started filming right now after they had just passed the rig. So they saw the rig, but they hadn't started filming. And so, boom, then they started filming. But like I say, that's when we saw cars were still just going by like nothing had happened. And there's the van laying on its side the same way we saw it. But now we have all this other stuff that I was saying we don't have any of that stuff here. So this must be before anybody showed up. And I believe this proves that. Because now you see traffic is backed up back there and everything. You understand? But yeah, this is now after everybody gets on the scene and all of it. Is one of these the driver? Is it lard ass in the shorts, or is it the other dude? You feel me? We don't know. But we assume by this time, because we see no ambulances on the scene, we assume that everybody's been evacuated from the scene, potentially. That's what I would deduce. But you can let me know what you think. Here's a news report.
Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Angie Stone has died in a car accident in Montgomery County. A spokesperson with her team has confirmed this with WSFA 12 News. Joining us live now is our reporter Simon Schuster. And Simon, you spoke with Stone's publicist. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Monet. Stone's publicist, Deborah Champagne, tells me the singer was leaving a performance when the crash happened. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, it was on I-65 around 7 a.m. This is a look at the scene about 2 miles south of Hope Hole. According to Champagne, the singer was supposed to meet her in Maryland.
Now we see the van has been stood up now. It's been rolled over upright. You see there? It's been rolled over upright. There's the rig.
According to Champagne, the singer was supposed to meet her in Maryland today for a performance at the CIAA basketball tournament. She had just performed last night at the 2025 Grand Marshals Ball in Mobile. That's according to the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association. I'm told that multiple people were also in the van you saw in those pictures, but the singer was the only person to have died. Nothing further is available.
That's the part that kills me. She's the only one. After everything that she went through in the months before, then that video we just saw, and all of it and everything, and then this happened, and she's the only one. We need to hear from the other folks that survived. Damn it. We're just going to need that.
The singer was leaving a performance when the crash happened. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, it was on I-65 around 7 a.m. This is a look at the scene about 2 miles south of Hope Hole. According to Champagne, the singer was supposed to meet her in Maryland today for a performance at the CIAA basketball tournament. She had just performed last night at the 2025 Grand Marshals Ball in Mobile. That's according to the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association. I'm told that multiple people were also in the van you saw in those pictures, but the singer was the only person to have died. Nothing further is available at this time, and Aaliyah troopers continue to investigate the incident, Monet.
Legendary R&B performer Angie Stone, raised in Colombia, has died at the age of 63. Born with a gift, she began singing gospel music at First Nazareth Baptist Church. before launching her career by forming the rap trio The Sequence at just 16 years old.
She put Columbia on the map. She was a trailblazer for people who were in the music industry. They knew, they felt like, hey, it can be done. We've seen Angie do it.
The Sequence, remembered as the first all-female rap group. Local radio announcer Johnny Green, who recently worked with Stone, said she truly loved Columbia and the Midlands. Stone, reflecting on her start with Sequence in a recent interview on WIS.
It's so important that you recognize that you, being Colombians, have the first female hip-hop group right here in the palm of your hands, and we have to rally together, grow together in order to count.
She was nominated for 3 Grammys and won 2 Soul Train Lady of Soul Awards. Green says her legacy is going to be her songwriting and the people she helped along the way throughout her 4-decade career.
Angie Stone it's exactly what she was, a stone, a gem to the music business.
The Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association released a statement on Stone's passing, which reads in part, Angie's performance at the 2025 Grand Marshals Ball was nothing short of phenomenal. Her talent captivated everyone in attendance. Her presence truly elevated the event. The news of her passing has left all of us deeply saddened, and we will always cherish the memories of her incredible talent and warm spirit, end quote.
The event that she was on her way to, everybody, they had to find out the worst way. Like, they're literally at the venue because I think it was a basketball game, and she was going to be performing there, and they had to get on the mic and be like, the halftime entertainment that we was waiting on to get here, Angie Stone was killed, and they just, let me show you that.
So for our men's game, the halftime artist was to have been Angie Stone. On her way to Baltimore, she was...
Wait, y'all. You could hear somebody who's filming or who's next to the person that's filming say, she can't make it, she can't make it. Like just thought it was going to be a regular something like that. Listen for that now. Listen.
The halftime artist was to have been Angie Stone. On her way to Baltimore, she was killed in an accident.
Wow.
And so...
And you hear him saying, on the way here.
The halftime artist was to have been Angie Stone. On her way to Baltimore, she was killed in an accident. And so our hearts are broken. This is crushing news, and we want to keep her family and her fans in our thoughts and prayers. So I want to ask real quickly that you'll pause for a moment of silence. Yeah. Now, on the count of 3, I want you to put her name in the atmosphere. 1, 2, 3. God, we thank you for that gift. We pray her life's work keeps ringing and singing in our heart. Strength for her family and now her extended family. In Jesus' name we pray.
Wow, what a terrible way to find that out, dude. Like you sitting there waiting to see Angie Stone, literally. That's crazy. Yeah, this breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart. It's very interesting. She's the only one killed out of 9 people. I just, it's not unbelievable, you know. Certainly it's not unbelievable. It happens, but it just feels wrong. Where was she riding? You know, I want to know all that stuff now. I want to know. Just so we have closure and we're over it. Because I'm sick and tired of shit just being done in the society. We get no answers. And it just, I'm not settling for it. Damn it. I want to know what happened. So we're going to continue to follow this. I want to go back about the Gene Hackman thing. By the way, Irv Gotti's brother, you know, he had medical issues going on. He had diabetes. He had had a previous stroke, and he just had some issues going on. Everybody, and there he was, having Chinese food, and they were, what did they say? They were playing. He was doing something and eating Chinese food. You shouldn't be eating anything that comes out of a Chinese restaurant. You understand? Or that's fixed by anybody Chinese. Culinarily, they're some of the nastiest food handling people I've ever observed. Do you understand? They don't have the sense of food handling safety and cleanliness that has been made standard in most of this country. You know what I mean? And you go into their establishments, they're very secretive. I've never been in a Japanese establishment or Asian establishment and actually where I could see the kitchen. It's always very witness protection, and you can't, and they're just, and definitely black people, because they're very dismissive of us anyway. I've never been into any of their businesses and asked them a question where they gave me an answer about what the fuck I asked them about. How much is this belt? You buy? It's always something I didn't ask. Like, we just shouldn't be doing business with them. I'm over it. Like, don't do it. And definitely don't eat their food, man. Don't. And you don't know what's in their food. Like, I just don't do it. Anyways, that's how we lost Irv Gotti. He had a massive stroke. That's how we lost Irv Gotti. Roberta Flack, I knew it when I heard it, but I can't remember now, so I'll pull up a piece on her quickly. Roberta Flack, Grammy-winning, Killing Me Softly singer with an intimate style, dies at 88. Well, she was 88, you know, so Roberta was up there, and so we expect this is going to be natural causes at the very least. You know, or some long medical issue. Roberta Flack, the Grammy-winning singer and pianist, whose intimate vocal and musical style made her one of the top recording artists of the 1970s and an influential performer long after, died Monday. She was 88. And she died on my father's birthday. My father passed away in 2009, but my father's birthday was the 24th of February, day before mine. She died at home, surrounded by her family. Publicist Elaine Schock, Schock. So that's probably some big nose that she shouldn't have had, but this isn't nefarious. Said in a statement, Roberta announced in 2022 she had ALS, commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, and could no longer sing. Little known, before her early 30s, Roberta became an overnight star after Clint Eastwood used The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face as the soundtrack for one of cinema's more memorable and explicit love scenes between the actor and Donna Mills in his 1971 film Play Misty for Me. The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes. I love that song. And the moon and the stars were the gift you gave. Not warmed up, can't sing. Wow. The only other person I've heard sing that song where it's even worth listening to it is Celine Dion. Go hear it. The hushed hymn-like ballad with Flack's graceful soprano afloat on a bed of soft string and a piano topped the Billboard pop charts in 1972 and received a Grammy for Record of the Year. The record label wanted to have it re-recorded. Okay, that's just detailed. Okay, fine. So we've got Angie Stone, Roberta Flack. Now we're gonna go to. I told you about Irv Gotti. Now I want to see if there's new information about the Gene Hackman thing, because something stinks there. It just, goddamn, it does. Gene Hackman and wife Betsy, they're not moving. Send someone quick. Emotional caretaker pleads in 911 audio. I presume this is the audio. Let's see now.
What is that emergency?
Hello, my name is the caretaker for Santa Beach Summit up here about past 10,000 ways. I think we just found one deceased person.
Just a second. I assume this is their pictures they're showing. Wow, I haven't seen Gene Hackman in many years. I barely recognized him right there. That's him, dude. Subhanallah. Alright, let me shut up. Let's hear this now.
Emergency.
Hello, my name is the caretaker for Santa Beach Summit up here about past 10,000 ways. I think we just found one deceased person inside a house. There's no address. I'm going to wait for you at the gate. I'm going to wait for you to please send somebody really quick.
Okay, what's going to be the address?
It's going to be down at the gatehouse. I'll meet you over there. I'll meet them over there. I'm the caretaker for the subdivision. I'm going to bring them up here.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me check with the paramedic.
Thank you.
1 second. Are you with the patient now?
Yeah, I'm over at their property. There's no address here. So I have to meet the ambulance or the police, whoever, down at the gatehouse. I'll bring them up here.
Okay. How old is the patient?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Okay, that's fine. Is the patient a male or a female?
A female and a male, probably. I don't know, sir. Just send somebody up here real quick.
Okay. Are they awake?
I have no idea.
Are they breathing?
I have no idea. I'm not inside the house. It's closed. It's locked. I can't go in. But I see that she's laying down on a floor from the window.
Do they appear to be awake or alert?
No. It's not.
Okay. Are they moving at all?
Damn it!
No, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody up here really quick.
Okay, my units are on their way, okay?
Just send somebody and shut the hell up. You already told you. You're asking the same damn question in 50 different ways. I'm over it.
I'm sorry?
My units are on their way right now.
Okay, I'll meet them down at the gatehouse because they might not have the code.
You don't have the actual address of the house of where this person lives?
I have no idea. There's no address. There's a reason why for that.
Okay.
You heard him say there's no address, there's a reason for that. Because they probably have high-profile people up there, and it's just like, you know, Like, just shut up and get the people here, and when they get here, we'll tell you everything. Damn. I can't with these people. Here's another one. A press conference. It says Gene Hackman died more than a week before he was found. Well, let's find out how.
Early hours of Thursday, February 27, 2025, Mr. Hackman and Ms. Arakawa were transported to the office of the medical investigator. An autopsy was performed. Initial findings noted no external trauma to either individual. The manner and cause of death has not been determined. The official results of the autopsy and toxicology reports are pending. Just today, I spoke to Dr. Jarrell, the pathologist from the New Mexico office of the medical investigator. This was at 2:00 p.m. today. She advised that there were several tests that were submitted to be expedited. She revealed to me the following information. Both individuals tested negative for carbon monoxide. An initial interrogation was conducted of Mr. Hackman's pacemaker. This revealed that his last event was recorded on February 17th, 2025. I was advised that a more thorough investigation will be completed.
So something is suspicious there. They said that the thing was the 25th, but the last event on his pacemaker was the 17th, I think the guy said. Yes, something is really not right here, you know. And as I said to you, they didn't mention it in this piece, but the dog also, everybody. Like the dog. You feel me? And yeah, it's just, you know, they said he started with no carbon monoxide poisoning. So that would lead us to, you know, because you want to know that because you got the Gene Hackman, his wife, and the dog all dead. That feels like mafia type stuff. You feel me? When they kill the dog too. You know, is it possible there was a carbon monoxide? No, but they would still put it in their system. Okay, so strike that. All right, so I'm not a forensic pathologist, so yeah, something's up with this. I don't know. I don't know. Husband and wife don't die at the same time. And good that they have some kind of technology on that pacemaker where they know what its last event was. You know, so like when your heart was beating last, I guess, is the insinuation. But something suspicious about this. Gonna have to follow this along with the Angie Stone thing, you know. Roberta, that one's kind of open and shut. So's Irv Gotti, open and shut. Although I leave a caveat for Irv Gotti because he was a very controversial figure. Every time I heard him, he was saying the right things. So I leave the door cracked for that. But right now I'm saying it's open and shut, but with a cracked door. But Angie Stone and Gene Hackman, something stinks. The big thing with Angie is we have the video of her talking about her royalties that the stinking Zionists ripped off from her, which is, it's the same old story with black artists, especially because we make the most money. You understand? There's literally more black artists in the world than there are anybody else. Anybody else. We've produced more music than anyone else. And that's not just on the record and in front of the camera. That's, we've put down the music behind the scenes. You see, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney goddammit Spears. I can go on and on and on. But the big thing with Angie also is that everybody else survived. Everybody else survived. It is suspicious, I believe, that of the 9 people riding in this vehicle, the only person in there that was famous was Angie Stone. And out of the 9 people, she the only one to get killed. Tracy Morgan, I forget how many people were in his thing, and they were in one of those damn vans too. You know, I'm just over it. Where's the day of the limousine, everybody? The stretched limousine. Don't give me Suburbans and SUVs and shit. Don't give me Sprinters. I want a classic stretched Lincoln limousine pulling up. I'm going to need that. I'm just going to need that. Like, I don't know when they changed it even. I hate it. And if I'm a star, I don't feel starish if I'm getting out of a Sprinter or some SUV. And in modern times, we also understand it's not even good for the women, because a lot of stuff they wear, it's hard for them to get in and out of these damn vehicles with all the crap they're wearing, the heels and the dress and the shit, then they can't. So it's just not even practical, dude. Bring me a stretch limousine. Keep it classic for me. But that ranting aside, in the case of Tracy Morgan, he was in one of these damn things. And there was a group of them in this thing. And Tracy survived. It just seems like a bit of a crapshoot, you know, like if it's like this is in on the same order as if you found a 4-leaf clover or you were struck by lightning or something. Like, what is that? It's not ridiculous, it's not even impossible, but it does make it suspicious. Yeah. You want to tell me everybody in there was injured, including Angie, but everybody was injured and okay, fine? Or Angie and 3 others were also killed or something? Okay, but just everybody else is fine, but not Angie. I don't like it. I don't like it. And we always have to at least sniff for shady and nefarious goings on when we're talking about black artists, because we know that these white devils go to any length when it comes to making money off of black artists. We know they murdered Michael Joseph Jackson. We know it. We know it. There's no question about it. No question. Prince, same thing. Same thing. And there's been many others, you know, but those ones stand out because they were so iconic. You know, and it didn't get any bigger than Michael. It just didn't. But yeah, we need to keep our eye on the Angie Stone thing, everybody. Keep your nose and your ears to the ground, and if you learn something, let me know. I'll absolutely do a piece on it. And I would say the same thing with the Gene Hackman thing. It just feels just something's not right. That's what it feels like to me. Let me know your thoughts. You know, it's not all about the Jedi. I'd like to know what you guys think about this and what I presented, and based on what we know, what are your thoughts? And just your own thoughts, you know, don't be influenced by me. I'd like to know what you think individually, you know. But I'd like to say again, Gene Hackman was one of my favorite actors. And he was really good, dude. Like, to me, anytime I can sit for, what's the movie, 2 hours, whatever. If I'm sitting for 2 hours and watching you on screen, and I keep forgetting it's you, that you've disappeared into the character. And Gene Hackman could do that, man. He just was good. Whew. I think the first time I ever knew who he was, of course, in Superman. You know, the original Superman when it first came out. He played Lex Luthor, and of course, he was brilliant. And then one of my other favorites from him was Enemy of the State with Will Smith. He's just good, man. It's a lot of people out there just get blown up just because and shit. And you know, you could take them or leave them, but there's some actors and actresses that have been out there that you like, that's what it's all about right there. And Gene Hackman was one of those actors, dude. He was one of those actors, you know. And he's on a very short list of people that there's a few people that if I just hear that's their movie, I have no idea what it's about. I'll go see it because they're in it. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good because their record is that they don't do movies that are some bullshit. And even on the rare occasion that they do, their performance is still good, but the movie can suck. But they were amazing. You know, they were good. The movie was some bullshit, but they were amazing, you know. So, yeah, and I don't think I'd really heard anything from Gene Hackman in many years. That's not saying a whole lot because I don't have cable. I don't do any of these streaming services and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a whole lot of people that are very much alive that I have no idea what they're doing for many years. So take that with a grain of salt. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to leave it here. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, everybody. We got to show unity. And so the only way that we overcome the tricks and schemes of this demon with their algorithm that was produced by a black man, by the way, the whole algorithm thing, we're responsible for that. Thank you again. Yeah, do give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. We will be honored if you would join us. I leave it here, everybody. This is the Jedi.